Hello, everyone. So, contrary to popular belief, I am not going to be talking about AI art today. Originally, I was going to talk about how AI can be utilized to assist in the creation of art and benefit artists. I even had a whole script ready for it. But something felt off. Was it, did it fit in the current era we're in? Yes. But it didn't feel as relevant as I wanted it to be. So I scrapped it. And now here I am, standing in front of you talking about some mystery topic you all probably have no idea about. So what gives? Why the sudden topic change? Well, I'll get to that in a moment. First, let's get to more urgent matters. So, 2026. What a year to be alive. There's been a lot of tension in the 21st century. As most of you know, while I'm not specifically referring to the entire 26 years of the 21st century, I'm actually referring to what's going on right now. Political tension has been at an all-time high, with the decisions made by the United States and Israel towards Iran, the situation in Russia with Ukraine, as well as what's happening in Palestine. It's easy to feel like the earth has been kind of doom and gloom lately. It's hard to imagine a world where everyone, despite their differences, is united and living in harmony. Now, before I go on, I'd like to start with a sort of icebreaker of sorts, an activity. In a moment, our assistants will be handing out paper to the audience, as well as pens. When you receive your paper and pens, I want you to turn to the person sitting next to you and form a pair. When you have this pair, I want you to spend about maybe 30 seconds-ish drawing something together. It doesn't matter what you draw. It can be as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. You don't have to agree on anything to draw. You don't even have to know how to draw. All right. As you can see, the assistants are currently handing out the papers. Your time will begin soon, so don't get shy and get to drawing. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Your 30 seconds starts now. Don't be shy. Draw as much as you want. I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. And that's about time. I hope you all agreed on something to draw, or at least I hope you managed to draw something on the same paper. While we're at it, please raise your papers in the air so I can see what you drew. Oh, wow, lovely. It looks very nice. Now let's take a moment to pause and think about what we just did. You just engaged in art together. You collaborated and connected with a complete stranger. Exciting, wasn't it? The uncertainty and hesitation that you may have originally felt, while it may have led to some awkwardness in the beginning of our drawing session there, ended up fading completely when you began to draw something. Now, how does this relate to my topic? How does this relate to my scrap topic? Well, I'll tell you. In our current day and age where AI runs rampant, spreading false news, and political tensions looking like a balloon about to burst, it's no wonder that a lot of people feel that lately the world has felt even more disconnected than ever. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't felt hopeless myself looking at the state of it all. When I felt this way, I turned to the one thing that made me the happiest. Art. Specifically, I would join in on these live art sessions with people from all across the globe. I could go into here for hours, drawing things that made me happy and watching people just like me do the same. It was surreal to think that these people, hundreds of kilometers away from me, living with their own lives and worries, people that I thought would never relate to anything I felt, were interacting with me as equals. Now, so far, the world has been rather fragmented, right? And you saw yourselves just how powerful art was. So while I'm not saying that engaging in art is a solution to the world's problems, I am saying it's a start. You saw it yourselves. You were focused on an activity with someone that you probably barely knew, despite the fact that you knew nothing about them beforehand. Now consider just how much art was able to unite people before today. You can go back a year, a century, maybe even a decade. Okay, I got those mixed up. But regardless, you can go back and see unity between people from completely different backgrounds because of art. For example, After the Berlin Wall fell on Christmas Day in 1989, Leonard Bernstein conducted a concert over Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. It was a bit of a fragmented time for Germany back then, having just been united as a state, but not yet as people. And yet, enjoying music, listening to it, it's something everyone could do. It's something everyone partook in. It's something that brought people together regardless of their differences. Or maybe even a more recent example. In Jerusalem, there is an annual event called the Musrata Mix Fest. It's a multidisciplinary art festival held by the Nagar School of Art and Society. It's usually held in public galleries, people's backyards around the neighborhood, anywhere in this state. The point of the festival is to find an interconnection between music, art, and society. And no matter who you are, you could be maybe an international artist wanting to show off your work, or just a student that knows nothing about art but wants to get started, you can join. And once again, this is showing us that art finds a way to link people together from completely different backgrounds, different ideologies, different skill levels. And it's not just limited to drawing either. Creating, watching, listening, all forms of art have been found in a study done by researchers in the United Kingdom through a survey called the Heart Survey, that those involved reported a feeling of social connection at least some of the time. This means that regardless of the activity, if it involves art and people, guess what? You're gonna feel some sort of social connection. And we need this social connection. Humans, by design, are social animals. I'm sure if there's any biology teachers in here, they know that. We crave interaction, and without it for too long, we start going a little stir crazy. Our brain requires social interaction to function. And one of the perfect ways to gather this social interaction is through art. Because it doesn't even require much. It can be as simple as listening to a song with a friend, or as complex as engaging in a play with people you barely know. Sharing these spaces of emotional vulnerability is what makes these bonds so special. Art is a way for people to express and communicate themselves. There's a quote by an American artist, Mark Rothko, that perfectly encapsulates this. "You've got sadness in you, I've got sadness in me, and my works of art are places where the two sadnesses can meet, and therefore, both of us need to feel less sad." In essence, this quote is how artists, or even ordinary people in general who create art, express themselves and communicate their feelings, which ends up affecting others whether they realize it or not, and by extension, themselves. I'm sad, you're sad, I made something that's a mix of our sadnesses. Let's let some of it go. And through that, we establish a connection. This connection, this social interaction, it's what unites us as people. It unites us through a common shared experience. The universal appeal of art is what brings people from conflicting ideologies, religions, backgrounds, races. It's what unites us all together. It sounds unreal. It sounds like something out of a miracle. You're telling me there's a way I can bond with someone hours away by plane, and that's just by drawing a silly little dog or listening to music with them? It's like something out of a storybook. And yet it's not. So, is the takeaway from this that engaging in art with others is what will make Earth a paradise? No, absolutely not. As much as I want it to be, art isn't nearly as influential enough to cause such mass changes. However, as someone with a passion for art, I can guarantee you with 100% certification that art has the ability to change lives. You, me, everyone. With just a single brushstroke, a single instrument played, maybe just one dance move rehearsed, slowly but ever so surely, art will rebuild the bridges of connection around the world. Thank you for listening.